Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, this is the Daily Deucey podcast. Today is February 10th, Wednesday, game day. I like to kind of separate my coaching of the youth between this because since I'm now a comedian, this is all comedic jokes and nothing that's said here on the podcast can be taken for truthsies. I figured out my mic issue. Hopefully the mic sounds a little bit better. I'm moving in and out of talking. I'm trying to learn the best ways on where to place the mic. But apparently it was my issue with my brand new motherboard. It was X570 and the PCIe 4 compared to the PCIe 3, of which now that I have a new 5000 series AMD processor. Apparently, if you have the PCIe 4 activated with a 5000 processor, there's some sort of discombobulation with the USB, which runs through my M audio interface, which then led to the audio distortion. Duh. It only took me fucking 3 days of research to figure that out. But you drop that back down to PCIe Gen 3, good to go, babe. Now, we do have a sponsor for today, a company run by a wonderfully generous, good-looking, kind man. Me. So this is a Phase 1 custom PCs ad right here. I do have this build that I built myself up for sale on Facebook. It's a gaming PC, Ryzen 7 1700X. We have an MSI 1650 brand new. We have a Gigabyte AB350 gaming motherboard, MSI Gaming X1650, 16 gigabytes of Neo Forza RAM, 1 terabyte NVMe, and a sweet Leon Lee case. This one is going for $1150. By all means, make some offers, bubs. This thing gets 60 frames per second on Ultra, and you're good to go. A couple other pictures here. There you go. We're looking good. We're looking good. Okay, so we're going to move right into our first story of the day. How the rich got richer. Reddit trading frenzy benefited Wall Street elite. Last month's GameStop trading mania was sparked by members of a popular Reddit investment community who said they hoped to strike back at the Wall Street elites who had long dismissed them as dumb money. But growing evidence casts doubt on the idea that the episode mostly benefited small-time investors. I wonder who said that just recently. I'm curious of what game. Let's just check. Let's just go crazy right here. Let's just go crazy. GME, $62. Okay, great. It's back up at 23% for today. But wait, let's go back 5 days. Oh, 1 month. Oh, is that 325? And now it's back in the double digits. So remember when I said some people are going to make a ton of money and most of these little people are not going to pull out in time and they're going to lose money. Giant mutual funds that own the largest stock in GameStop saw the biggest gains in value. Hedge funds, some that have started using algorithms to track retail investors on social media sites, appear to have bought and sold millions of shares during the stock's most volatile period of trading. Of course they did. And they have bots that are watching the social media of all these clowns who think that their shit is going to the moon and that they're going to knock the hedge fund managers out. You're not. And at least in some cases, novice investors lost their shirts. Probably plunge losers. There's an article that I was going to go over, but it's honestly too sad. There's a kid who killed himself over the GameStop thing, and he was just playing with options, and he was actually wrong. He thought he had lost $750,000, and he was actually covered on the other end. But instead of really double checking, the kid killed himself. So everyone thinks that this was a good idea for people who literally have never heard of a stock before or cryptocurrency to jump in on the fucking bandwagon. Somehow they're going to beat the fucking hedge fund manager. Listen, say what you want about politicians and hedge fund managers and the people who own these gigantic media conglomerates and social media companies, whatever. They're not buffoons, babe. They've gotten to these places because they're smart. Especially the Wall Street guys. You could say they're pieces of shit, but they're not idiots, cuz. Instead of heralding a new wave of investor populism, the rise and fall of GameStop stock may end up reinforcing what professional investors have known for a long time. Wall Street is very good at making money, and more often than not, smaller investors lose out wealth to wealthy traders on giant institutions. The four largest asset managers in the world together own 39% of GameStop shares, according to regulatory filings. Those stakes, which are mostly held for years in passive index funds, have collectively gained roughly $1 billion in value since the beginning of this year. One hedge fund, Senvest Management, recently boasted to clients that it made more than $700 million from a bet it placed on Walls on GameStop in September. This is the shit I'm talking about, dude. There were gigantic hedge fund people on the other side of this. So this isn't the little guy against the hedge funds. It's hedge fund against hedge fund. And the little guys were used as fucking literal pawns. The sheer number of shares that changed hands during the stock's most manic trading period in late January suggests the episode was driven by more than just small retail investors. Some hedge funds bought shares because they were forced to cover their short positions, financial blah, blah, blah. Other hedge fund managers were probably taking calculated short-term risks, buying and selling as the stock price traded up. You have hundreds of millions of shares being traded at prices of $200 to $300 a share. The Reddit crew cannot afford to play in this game in any significant way. They're exactly right, dude. This is what I said the whole time. Even if it was actual Reddit people and not like backhanded hedge fund managers, they're not going to lose. They're too smart to lose. Say they rig the game, say Dave Portnoy, and I fucking love Dave Portnoy and El Presidente. He doesn't know what he's talking about on this. Sorry, babe. We're not fucking, and neither does AOC or Ted Cruz or any. The Wall Street people are just smarter than you. That's just it. So I do want to touch here, a little Deucey crypto update. The Bitcoin as of 1:30 p.m. is 45,040 with down a little bit, 4%, but it's on a meteoric rise the past couple days. Ethereum down 1%, 1735. We have Ripple's actually boosting up a little bit, 4.4%. And we have the old Doge up 8% for the day after Elon pumped it again. Now, this kind of, it's funny that he actually did this study. So Elon, I was going to do this as a story, but Elon actually bought some Doge for his baby. And he said, I want to make my toddler a hodler, which I thought was funny. But this story actually goes into something, and it has to do with like even the GameStop shit. Oh, no, go away. Elon Musk's Dogecoin tweets are worrying, and people will lose money, Bitcoin bulls say. And I glazed over the article, so we'll kind of be reading it together, but I agree, dude. I agree. Like, Doge, just like GameStop, is a shit coin. It's literally a shit coin. It was made as a joke. It was never intended really to be a fucking real coin. When it was made, like there was 50 coins, so maybe it didn't really make a difference, but Doge was like a joke, dude. So they're moving on from GameStop to things like Doge. And Elon is no dummy. He knows when he posts on something on Twitter, it's going to go up. So as much as I love Elon, he's probably playing you guys too. So let's see here. Tesla CEO Elon Musk and other celebrities have posted multiple tweets backing Dogecoin lately, and some in the cryptocurrency world aren't impressed. Nick Carter, apparently not, is this Nick Carter? Apparently not the Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. Or is he NSYNC? No, he's Backstreet Boys, right? Yeah. Thinks Musk's enthusiasm for the meme-inspired digital token is disconcerting, as it is mainly used for vehicle speculation. Unfortunately, a lot of retail punters are going to lose money on Dogecoin in the long term because there's really not much there in terms of interesting technology. The only thing it can really do is be zombified and stick around and be in an empty shell for people's expectations or for their entertainment. Oh my lord. Carter said Dogecoin was what introduced him to crypto in 2013, and that while it was entertaining and fun at the time, it's now sort of an empty husk. Dogecoin was briefly the number 10 virtual cryptocurrency by market value this week, according to CoinMarketCap, as tweets from Musk and Snoop Dogg and Gene Simmons boosted its price at an all-time high. Created in 2013 by engineers Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer, Dogecoin was intended to be a faster but quote-unquote fun alternative to Bitcoin. It's based on the once popular Doge meme, which portrays a Shiba Inu dog alongside multicolored text in a Comic Sans font. After taking a brief 2-day break from Twitter, Musk returned to make several tweets about the Dogecoin, calling it the people's crypto. Musk tweeted about the token again on Wednesday, saying he bought some Dogecoin for X-A12, his son with Canadian musician Grimes, so he can be a toddler hodler. Musk was ostensibly referring to the Bitcoin slang term hodler, which encourages people to hold on to their crypto rather than sell it. Carter wasn't the only Bitcoin enthusiast to have criticized Musk from his comments about Dogecoin. Oh, this fucking Mike Novogratz is a fucking clown. Dogecoin reminds me a lot of GameStop. He said, it's a meme. It was funny for a little while, but now it's a market valuation where people are going to lose lots of money in Doge. Bitcoin has a real purpose. Ethereum has a real purpose. Lots of the stable coins have a real purpose. Doge is kind of a meme, kind of a joke. Yeah, it is. Please trust me. Like, people keep asking me, apparently because I actually sit down and record myself ranting on the fucking webcam that I'm some sort of expert. But people are like, oh, what's the next crypto to blow up, or what's the next stock? And if you want to know the next crypto, where you should put your crypto money, buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then buy more Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then keep buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then buy some more. So like your savings, and so my wife and I have these conversations very often, because she's certainly more traditional on the investment route. But like putting money into a savings account and getting like 1% annual is just insane to me. I just couldn't do it. So we have a large majority of our investments in stocks and crypto. And we're doing pretty good. Now, somebody who's not doing pretty good is this guy in Montclair State. The art director accused of violent outburst over artists' contract demands. Now, to be completely honest, and this has nothing to do with even the article, I'm kind of down with this guy. A Native American artist has severed her connection with an acclaimed arts program at Montclair State University, forfeiting a $25,000 grant because of what she calls verbal abuse and oppressive behavior by the director. Like, what do you think men dealt with in the workforce, like forever, from their bosses? You know, there was a Jordan Peterson clip that circulates all the time where some woman is, you know, she's interviewing him and she says, you know, that we're in a patriarchal society and it's so dominated by men because, you know, men have all the wealth and men do most of the work and stuff like that. And he said, well, like a small portion of men have all the wealth, but most of them, you know, die in wars, commit suicide more, have less education and have more heart issues. Like there's plenty of shit that people go through. So just when a boss is verbal abuse or oppressive behavior, like maybe you're just getting yelled at. Like, isn't that the free and equal things that we were looking for? If the guy would have got ripped to shreds, then so should the girl. If you want this happy-go-lucky society, then, you know, that's a whole nother conversation. In a January letter to the National Endowment for the Arts, which issued the grant, UPIC dance choreographer Emily Johnson described a violent outburst by Jedediah Wheeler, executive director of Montclair State University's contemporary arts program, Peak Performances, when she outlined her contract requirements. This is where we kind of get into the meat of the article here. Johnson had asked for an acknowledgement that the university is built on land once inhabited by the Lenape people, that it set up a rental fund for the indigenous group, and that it engage in the process of decolonization. What does that even mean? Getting worked up. Getting worked up. Bring it down, Deucey. Bring it down, babe. According to its website, Peak Performances is a national and international model for producing innovative works in dance, music, theater, and opera. A real conservative bastion, probably. Wheeler, who is white, helped form the arts group in 2005 and has been its executive director since. Not for nothing. He's the executive director of an arts group at a university. He would probably be down with all these things if you didn't demand them upon him. In a statement issued Thursday, Montclair State officials said Mr. Wheeler acknowledges that he spoke forcefully and in frustration at one point during a difficult contract negotiation session, which came after repeated unsuccessful efforts to help Ms. Johnson and her manager understand the reasons that their demands could not be met. This is the key here, and I agree with the school 100,000,000%. The university does not formulate and adopt important policy decisions by means of a contract with a particular performing artist. Bravo, babe. Like, who the fuck does this girl think she is that she can just demand all these things? Nobody even know. It's 25 grand, babe. The school shits 25 grand. Mr. Wheeler did not use inappropriate language. He never denigrated Miss Johnson. Nevertheless, he regrets the ill feeling that resulted from the inability to reach an agreement. In her letter, Johnson said that when she presented her contract requirements, Wheeler responded immediately and violently. Did he hit you? Because how is it violent? He screamed, I don't even know what this word decolonization means. Yeah, because it has no bearing on the current situation he was in. He yelled, continued yelling, and did not stop yelling until he hung up on us. And it was on the phone? Wait a second. Come on, man. It wasn't even in person, so how is it violent over the phone? What is wrong with you? His aggressive reaction belittled her work and heritage, she wrote. I understand to be part of a field-wide system that continues to root itself in extractive capitalism and white supremacy. Dude, shut the fuck up. When a white male presenter yells at me, belittles the importance of this work. No, that's not what happened. And, like, you're trying to have them give you money, asshole. Nobody cares. A petition created by 6 faculty urging to investigate. It's close to 300 signatures. Great. Brett Wellman Messenger. What? That's his name? The program manager from 2016-2018 has a practice of covering up Wheeler's misdeeds. Shut the fuck up, man. This is so ridiculous. What does a performing arts program that they're letting you come and perform your culture's things? Like, what's the problem? You can't just you better be super talented to demand shit like this nonstop. Kyrie Irving's about to get run out of the NBA for demanding shit constantly, and he's super talented. Emily Johnson is a fucking schmuck nobody. Nobody. The artist is also calling for MSU to set up reparations and rent fund for Lenape people and commit to a land back program. Okay, you know what, babe? Get your people together, storm the fucking campus, and take it back. If you can't do that, shut the fuck up. Man, I'm fucking worked up now. Now, for our last story, this shit really bugs me out. And it's just crazy where this is kind of going. Epic Games' new MetaHuman creator helps devs create characters. Epic Games has announced its newest tool to help game developers creators realize their visions called MetaHuman Creator, a browser-based app that lets developers create 3D characters and models far more quickly and easily than previously possible. It lets developers create new characters that can be sculpted and crafted as desired. Developers can create single characters to scale up to make many, all with different features, hairstyles, and body types. These models can be then animated or motion captured with a variety of other programs. Up until now, one of the most arduous tasks in 3D content creation has been constructing truly convincing digital humans. Even the most experienced artists require significant amounts of time, effort, and equipment just for one character. With MetaHuman Creator, Epic Games is offering a tool that can speed up a key process in game development through MetaHuman Creator, though MetaHuman Creator can be used for non-gaming projects as well. Ultimately, it's about streamlining development, something Epic Games is doing with easily imported environment models and lighting with Unreal Engine 5. So again, Unreal Engine is basically the core game engine that most of the really, really top games use. That's what Fortnite and the company that makes Fortnite runs, and that's what they make most of their money on, even though they make billions on Fortnite. But you should be able to see this video, but I like, this is unbelievable to me, and I've seen some really crazy shit before. So we'll just go through these pictures. I'm not even gonna go through the rest. Like these aren't real people. Now I'm sorry for the audio only version of the podcasters, but these are basically some of the most realistic computer generated faces I have ever seen in my life. So this shit is crazy, dude. And we're getting on to a point where deep fakes and things like this are going to just be commonplace. And hopefully, most likely, we will come and figure out some sort of way to kind of make sure that we know when a deep fake is a deep fake and when it's not a deep fake. But until that happens, babe, we're going to have a couple of decades where we're going to be in a lot of shit when you can just create a person's face and voice exactly what they look like and make them do and say whatever you want. Crazy shit. Okay. Thank you for everyone who's still here. 22 minutes. I do have to edit that up a little bit because the Wall Street Journal article that I had hacked into to see then ended up disappearing and then I couldn't see it. So again, we have some more podcasts coming up. Next week, I'm going to record another one and hope to see you soon. Adios.